Ugh! Unbelievable! You were never cut out to be CEO. I'm done. Goodbye.
I started my own company again. I'm being extra careful this time to make it succeed.
Wait. You're a CEO again?
Leave the company to me from now on, senpai.
Why would you do this? I'm Yugo Onzen. 29, I was the president of a consulting firm. Up until just now. The one who called a board meeting to corner me was Mitsuhide Amochi. The three of us founded the company together, equal shares, equal investment. But since I led the launch and was older than the others, I ended up as the CEO. Let's give it our all and make this work together. The company got off the ground fast, and we even exceeded our goal in year 1, but I'm fine living frugal if it means we can build solid retained earnings for the next 20 or 30 years.
We took a risk leaving a major firm. If we're not making more than before, what's the point? Our executive pay should reflect ourselves.
What matters most is strengthening the company. Wearing a luxury watch is totally out of line.
Buying nice watches or cars keeps me motivated. Just leave me alone.
By year 3, arguments like this had become routine, with the third member always siding with Mitsuhide. Still, I never thought he'd actually convince a board meeting just to oust me. I technically have the right to stay on as a board member, but after that betrayal, there's no way I'm working with them again.
I figured you'd say that, Yugo. So I made a point of holding a proper board vote.
Yo, buy out my shares, right?
Of course. Thanks for everything up to now.
And just like that, I got screwed over by Mitsuhide and forced out of the company I built. And then...
What? You're not just out as CEO, you're unemployed? What the hell?
Once everything was finalized, I called my girlfriend Hiroko Tsuzumaki and explained what had happened.
Wow. I didn't know you were so hot-headed. Unemployed? Seriously? That's pathetic.
Sure, I probably lost my cool after getting betrayed and provoked by someone I trusted. I do believe I'll bounce back, but I know this makes things tough. So if you're not okay with it...
I don't want excuses. If you're dating me, why didn't you think about the future before you acted? If there was conflict, sucking it up and going along is part of the playing the game, right? Ugh! Unbelievable! You were never cut out to be CEO. I'm done. Goodbye.
I was going to say we should break up if she couldn't deal with it. But she dumped me before I could even finish. So now, I'd lost both my job and my girlfriend. Welcome to rock bottom. What the hell do I do now? I came to my favorite bar for a change of pace, sipping my favorite local sake and mulling things over. Lately, I've been into sake from Nagasaki. Tonight, I chose a fruity one called Nagasaki Bijin.
Master, I'll have the Nagasaki Bijin.
Then I heard a woman a few seats away order the same thing, and I couldn't help but glance over. You into local sake?
Huh? Oh yeah, it's a local one I grew up with, so I'm used to the taste. It's from Nagasaki, actually. Wait, are you drinking the same one?
Yeah, I'm actually from Nagasaki myself.
What a coincidence. I know there are other folks from Nagasaki out there, but you don't run into them often in Tokyo.
Smiling over the chance meeting, we introduced ourselves. Her name was Mitsuki Isehaya.
Wait, you got your company taken from you?
As we chatted over drinks, we really hit it off. Before we knew it, we dropped the formalities and started swapping personal stories. Yeah, well, more like I stepped down in the end, but yeah, it got taken from me.
So now you're unemployed. Got any leads?
Honestly, no. I don't have anything lined up. But I'm thinking of starting another business. It's always been my dream to have my own company.
Wow, being able to keep dreaming even after what you've been through. That's impressive.
People always say I'm too carefree, but I've been pretty shaken this time. That's why I came out to drink. Then I met you, Mitsuki, and got to talk. It's made me feel a little lighter.
I'm glad I could help.
That night really refreshed me. I started feeling like I could move forward again. Evening. Fancy running into you again. After that, I jumped right into preparing for a second shot at launching a business. And on weekends, I kept running into Mitsuki at the bar, even when we haven't planned it. Thanks to her, I've got the motivation to move forward again. Just because you get betrayed once doesn't mean you give up. That's why I was thinking of finding new partners. Just as I started to say that, Mitsuki's expression darkened a bit and she spoke.
If possible, I think being alone is better. Not after what happened. Sometimes, it's just easier not to trust anyone than to be betrayed.
Mitsuki runs an online store selling Nagasaki specialty goods, always out making connections herself. From her tone and face, I could tell she'd been through a lot to get where she was. But there's a limit to what you can do alone. And wouldn't it help to have someone to talk to?
Huh?
I've been through betrayal myself, and I don't want anyone I care about to feel that same pain. So I'd never betray you, Mitsuki. And if I can help in any way, even just as someone to talk to, I'd like to be that.
Yuko. Thank you. Then, would you keep me company a little longer tonight?
I can't know everything she's been through, but maybe, just maybe, I can understand a little piece of it. Time passed. It's been almost a year since I launched my new consulting firm. If anything's unclear, don't hesitate to ask me. I've got 2 team members and a few interns. No senior hires yet. But teaching from scratch has broadened my own perspective.
Sorry for the short notice. Was work okay?
Now Mitsuki and I talk all the time. We go out to eat more often too. Totally fine. So what's up?
Well... Actually, it's kind of embarrassing, but I think I got scammed by a shady company.
What? A scam? What kind?
It's okay, really. The damage is pretty minor, so don't worry.
No, it's not about the amount. Tell me everything.
Thanks. You know those online ads about boosting traffic through CEO? One of them claimed it was completely performance-based, so I signed up for that.
There are tons of companies out there offering SEO services to boost traffic. Most of them require a 6 months to 1 year contract. And due to how the internet works, it's impossible to guarantee results up front. But if it's performance-based and you only pay if results are delivered, that makes it easier to commit. So it works by increasing the payment as traffic goes up. That's a pretty new model.
Exactly. My shop sales have been stagnating, and I wanted to shake things up. Guess it's true. You really can't trust people so easily. Life's tough.
Just when she started opening up and trusting me, this happens. I was frustrated, like it had happened to me. It's okay, Mitsuki. I'll help you figure this out.
Thank you, Yuko.
I wanted to do whatever I could for her, so I asked her to explain everything in more detail.
So the company just vanished with 0 results delivered.
Then at least you didn't lose money. Doesn't seem like it qualifies as a scam if there's no loss.
I did pay a 30,000 yen setup fee. It's not much, but it's not nothing either. Here's the company name.
Kikyo Corporation, huh? The moment I saw the name, a strange sense of deja vu hit me and I was speechless. A few weeks later, Mitsuki and I stood in front of an office door.
So, this is Kikyo Corporation?
Yeah, no doubt about it. After losing contact with the shady company, Mitsuki found no office at the listed address. So I used a few connections to track it down.
I'm sorry for dragging you into this. It's my business, so I should handle it.
Don't worry about it. If it went along, it might be dangerous. I smiled at Mizuki, who didn't want to burden me further, and reached for the door.
What? You go onsen?
Long time no see, President Amochi. Never thought we'd meet again, just over a year later. Standing there was my ex-colleague who had ousted me from my own company. This wasn't our old office though. Must have had to relocate for some reason. Where's everyone else? The once full office now had only a single desk, presumably his. No desks, no shelves, just one sad workspace and a computer.
They're out doing sales.
There's only one chair here. You're working alone, aren't you? At my words, Amochi clenched his fists in frustration.
Come on. Ever since you left, our revenue's been tanking. I didn't expect so many clients to say, if Yugo Onzen's gone, we're not continuing the contract. Everyone started quitting one by one, now it's just me.
So that's when you resorted to set up fee scams.
How do you know that?
Because the woman standing next to me is one of your victims.
What?
So you didn't run the scam through this company directly. You set up a dummy corporation. There was no company name I recognized on the card Mizuki had. But the address matched our old office, and the name Kikyo. That brought you to mind. Back when we founded the company, we still trusted each other.
How about calling a Kikyo Corp? Sounds cool, right?
Amochi suggested that name. It lost the vote, but I remembered how obsessed he was with it. Pretending to be an SEO consulting firm to scam people. Seriously? What are you doing?
I had no choice. I couldn't keep up with the payments. I needed money, damn it. But I didn't have the guts for big-time scams. So I came up with this instead.
Collect small setup fees from tons of clients so they won't bother filling police reports. And since it's performance-based, they'll just assume it didn't work out and forget they paid anything. Meanwhile, I don't do any real work and I pocket the fees. You've always been clever, Amochi. But to use that for fraud? Pathetic. You should have used your talents for real work.
Kicking you out was the beginning of the end. I had no way out. Miss, you can turn me in to the cops or whatever. I'm done running.
Amochi bowed deeply to Mizuki, completely drained. He looked utterly defeated. Mizuki's eyes reflected a deep, complex emotion.
I've always kept people at arm's length. Because the more you trust someone, the worse it hurts if they betray you. This just proves again that trusting people only leads to trouble.
Mizuki. She's always chosen to walk alone. Because being betrayed was worse than being lonely. And that choice came from a past she couldn't forget. Back before she ran her online store, Mizuki owned a small regional restaurant in Nagasaki. She cooked. Her friend handled service and accounting. Mizuki saw her as a true partner, but then...
Why? Why would you do this? I trusted you!
Her friend started dating a customer to pay off his debts. She stole money from the restaurant and disappeared.
I'm so sorry.
She returned the exact amount, but Mizuki's heart had already shut down.
If I'm just going to be betrayed again, then I'm better off alone. I met someone like that, Yugo. Someone who, even after being betrayed, still chooses to trust again and move forward. I thought, wow, that's strength. That's cool, because it's something I could never do.
Mitsuki.
When I told him I'd been scammed, Yugo did everything he could to help. I don't know why you betrayed someone as caring as Yugo, but thanks to you, I now believe I can trust him.
While Mochi hangs his head in shame, Mitsuki looked satisfied. She must have carried that inner conflict for a long time. Amochi, it may only be 30,000 yen, but that doesn't make it legally or morally excusable. Most people wouldn't be as forgiving as Mitsuki. Face your action and make things right. Just as I said that, and thought things were finally over.
There you are! I paid a setup fee because you said my traffic would increase. Nothing's changed.
No, that's...
Another angry victim showed up. Can't say he didn't deserve it. And as if that wasn't enough, it turned out to be my ex-girlfriend, Hiroko. Someone I never thought I'd see again.
If your traffic goes up, your follower count increases, and on social media, followers are everything. It helps you flex on your friends, and your odds of meeting a hot guy goes up. So how are you gonna make this right?
I'm sorry. If there's been no results, I'll refund your setup fee.
Forget the refund, just get my traffic up. I haven't had a single good...
Mid-sentence, Hiroko stops, mouth agape, she finally notices me.
Why are you here, Yugo? Are you in on this scam too?
Hardly. Though I am surprised you're one of the victims. Wait, were you trying to boost your personal social media? To meet a good guy?
So what? There aren't any decent men around, okay? How about you? What are you up to lately?
I started my own company again. I'm being extra careful this time to make it succeed.
Wait, you're a CEO again?
Hiroko's eyes lit up in an instant. I had a very bad feeling about this.
Hey, why don't we try again? Back then, you told me out of the blue you were jobless. I freaked out, that's all.
Sorry, but that's never gonna happen.
Why not? Oh, I get it. We just ran into each other, so you're not emotionally ready, right?
No, that's not it. I want a relationship where we support and encourage each other. The moment I lost my job, you bailed. That kind of bond doesn't exist between us.
That's not true, Yugo. I've changed since then. Just hear me out.
As she kept insisting on whatever she wanted, Mitsuhide stepped in.
Let's move forward with the refund process. This way, please.
Hey! Don't get in the way. This is more important than...
Like a child throwing a tantrum, Hiroko was dragged away as Mitsuhide guided her to a corner. He signaled us to go where we had the chance, so Mitsuki and I quietly left. Eventually, the number of victims from Amochi's shady practices exceeded 100. Even if the amounts were small, those affected were mostly people who needed business support. Of course, they wouldn't just let it go. Naturally, the company couldn't stay afloat and folded. After paying restitution to all victims, Amochi began showing up at my office every day to beg.
Please let me see President Onzen. I want a chance to start over from zero.
As for the other former execs and staff, some couldn't even land interviews. Others scraped by doing daily labor. It was rough all around. And to make things worse, someone else started showing up every day to pester us too.
Please, Yugo, just talk to me. I'm not who I used to be. I've changed, please.
Okay, let's yell together. Ready? 1, 2. President, please just give us a chance to talk. We're begging you.
Needless to say, I had no intention of reconciling with either of them. And yes, I called the cops immediately after. You know, it'd be such a waste not to use those cooking skills. What do you say? Want to open a restaurant? Not long after, Mitsuki and I officially started dating. I was always blown away by her cooking.
Thanks. I'd like to try, but because of my past, working with someone else still scares me.
I figured you'd say that, so I put together a plan. Want to hear it? A small shop that sells Nagasaki specialty goods by day and serves regional food izakaya style at night. It's a hybrid of retail and dining, sized so one person can handle it. I used my experience from food industry consulting and tailored a plan to suit her personality.
Yeah, it actually sounds like a wonderful shop. Thank you, Yuko.
With your cooking skills, we'll be just fine. I'd love to help out at the shop whenever I can. Getting betrayed hurts. Being alone might feel safer. I understand why some people think that way. But Mitsuki overcame her trauma and accepted me as her partner. So now, I want to prove through my own life that there are people who won't betray you.
Hello, Brittany here. Thank you so much for watching our episode. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!